Switching gears for now, the battle for Pokrovsk reaching a breaking point. Russia deploying 150,000 soldiers into a grinding assault that's turning eastern Ukraine into an inferno. President Zelensky is saying his forces are holding the line, but the Kremlin's war machine is tightening its noose around that strategic city. And Ukraine is digging in as Russia's war machine hammers the front line. Take a look.
It's the fiercest battle Ukraine has faced in months. It's unfolding right now in Pokrovsk. Russian tanks and artillery are pounding Ukraine's battered front lines. Airstrikes thunder across the skyline. He says 150,000 Russian soldiers are leading the assault, a number not seen since the war's opening phase. Ukrainian military admits that Russian troops have entered Pokrovsk. Ukrainian forces dug deep in shattered villages around Pokrovsk and Dobropillia. They say they're holding firm, but the cost is brutal. These are the latest images showing intense fighting on the outskirts of Ukraine's Kupiansk. Further south, Russia launched drone strikes on Odessa, damaging energy and transport infrastructure, plunging parts of the city into darkness. Ukraine's Air Force claims to have downed most of the incoming drones, yet key fuel depots and rail links were hit. Zelensky faces an impossible equation. His troops battle exhaustion and dwindling ammunition while Putin feeds fresh battalions into the intense battle. The Russian strategy is brutal simplicity. Throw enough men at Ukrainian lines until something breaks. Winter approaches, adding another danger to Ukraine's fight. Frozen ground will favor Russian armored advances. Ukraine's defenders know the coming weeks will determine whether the front lines will stand or fall. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Las Vegas, built from ambition, vision, transforming Las Vegas into the gambling capital of the world. And now history is quietly repeating itself. The UAE is setting its sights on becoming the Las Vegas of the region. At the heart of that vision is a developer and operator which is building its $3.9 billion island resort. In fact, it is aiming for a significant share of a $3 to $5 billion gaming market. And with competitors already in the licensing process, the UAE's luxury gaming landscape is set for rapid expansion. Industry experts predict up to 4 integrated resorts could emerge in the coming years, all designed to combine world-class gaming with luxury hospitality, entertainment and immersive experiences. This is the UAE's first integrated gaming resort licensed by the General Commercial Gaming Regulatory Authority, strategically located just 50 minutes from Dubai. It benefits from excellent connectivity and proximity to millions of tourists and affluent residents. Targeted marketing is already underway, and it anticipates that the resort will add $345 million to its joint venture earnings and aims to cement the UAE as a new global hub for luxury entertainment, much like Las Vegas, which evolved from gambling alone into a city of experiences. The UAE is planning more than just casinos. These resorts promise world-class hotels, high-end dining, entertainment shows, and immersive cultural experiences, giving the tourists the thrill of a global tour without leaving the Gulf as such. The vision is clear: to turn a desert into a destination that dazzles, entertains, and transforms economies. The International Olympic Committee is moving closer towards a blanket ban on trans women in female sport. A decision has not been finalized, but the ban is set to be implemented in 2026. The new IOC president, in fact, has made it one of her priorities to ensure and to issue a uniform eligibility criteria for transgender women. And she set up a working group on the protection of women's sport in September. The IOC has said that the review is ongoing, but a presentation was made by its medical chief last week. Dr. Thornton updated its members about a potential move to ban all trans women in the female category. Till now, such bans have only been issued by specific international sporting bodies like World Aquatics and World Athletics, but not by the IOC itself. A similar change in approach in relation to athletes with differences in sex development or a DSD is less certain. DSD athletes are reported female at birth, but have male chromosomes and male testosterone levels. They include two-time Olympic champion Caster Semenya, who, remember, has been barred by World Athletics from the female category. But football's governing body does allow athletes with DSD to compete in the women's game. And according to a study by Dr. Thornton, athletes born male retain the physiological advantages even after reducing testosterone levels. Therefore, they are permanent. There are permanent advantages to being born male. And now this policy is unlikely to be introduced in time for February's Winter Olympics in Italy, but will be brought in before the Los Angeles Games in 2028. Coventry has previously said it is her goal to quote-unquote protect female sport as the IOC president.
On the protection of the female category, it was very clear from the members that we have to protect the female category first and foremost. We have to do that to ensure fairness, but we need to do that with a scientific approach and with the inclusion of working with the international federations, whom have already done a lot of work in this area. So we need to bring in the experts. That will take a little bit of time.
And such a policy would also come after pressure from US President Donald Trump, who signed an executive order to prevent transgender women from competing in female sport in the US. New Zealand's Laurel Hubbard became the first openly transgender woman to compete at an Olympics after being selected for the women's weightlifting team at Tokyo 2020. Hubbard failed to record a successful lift in the women's 87 kg category. The weightlifter had competed in men's events before coming out as transgender in 2013.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.